Well, thank you everybody for being here. I would like to extend our thankfulness for joining us to commemorate the International Day of Peace. I would like to take this moment to this moment of reflection and think about the historical moment that we're living as a moment that we're experiencing of global uncertainty, a context where state actors have been losing the capacity to face the global threats that we're facing. Climate change, for example, is a battle that we're losing because our states have been losing this strength. The most tangible results that we're facing is the regression in the protections of human rights. In this context, when citizen actions have become more relevant than ever, we as individuals have the great power and articulation quota than ever before. Keeping this in mind, I also invite you to take a personal reflection. And that is what it means for each one of us to be commemorating this day together at the University for Peace. Each one of us as global citizens are in this university because we have decided to take this share of responsibility. We cannot lose this out of sight. Today we commemorate peace, and that's why we also commemorate ourselves as human beings who have made the decision to take an active part of this important task. Ahora en español. Muchas gracias a todos los que nos han acompañado acá para la conmemoración del Día Internacional para la Paz. Me gustaría invitarlos a tomar un momento de reflexión y pensar en el momento histórico que vivimos, un momento de incertidumbre global donde los actores estatales han ido perdiendo la capacidad para hacer frente a las amenazas a la paz global. El resultado más tangible que estamos viviendo es la reducción en la protección de los derechos humanos. En este contexto donde las acciones ciudadanas cobran mayor relevancia, donde nosotros como individuos somos quienes tenemos una cuota de poder articulación más grande que nunca. Teniendo esto en mente, también los invito a tomar una reflexión personal, y es qué significa para cada uno de nosotros estar conmemorando juntos este día en la Universidad para la Paz. Cada uno de nosotros como ciudadanos globales estamos en esta universidad porque hemos tomado la decisión de tomar esta cuota de responsabilidad. No lo podemos perder nunca de vista. Hoy conmemoramos la paz, pero también nos conmemoramos a nosotros mismos como seres humanos que hemos tomado la decisión de ser parte activa de esta importante tarea. Muchas gracias.
Now I'm going to tell you a little bit about the International Day of Peace. It was established in 1981 by the United Nations General Assembly. 2 decades later, in 2001, the General Assembly unanimously voted to designate the day as a period of non-violence and ceasefire. The United Nations invites all nations and people to honor a cessation of hostilities during the day and to otherwise commemorate the day through education and public awareness on issues related to peace. This year at UPeace, for this celebration, we have decided to make 2 projects that symbolize the collective construction that requires peace. The first, the 1,000 cranes that Naoko, our student, will tell you in a moment what the story and meaning that it has, and the chalkboard that Ana Lucia will tell you in a minute as well. La Asamblea General de las Naciones Unidas estableció el Día Internacional de la Paz en 1981. 2 décadas más tarde, en 2001, la Asamblea General decidió por unanimidad designar este día Jornada de No Violencia y Alto al Fuego. Las Naciones Unidas invitan a todas las naciones y a todos los pueblos a respetar el cese de las hostilidades durante este día y a conmemorar, por el contrario, esta fecha mediante iniciativas de educación y sensibilización pública sobre cuestiones relacionadas a la paz. Este año, para esta celebración en UPAS, decidimos hacer 2 proyectos que simbolizan la construcción colectiva que requiere alcanzar la paz. El primero son las 1000 grullas de paz, que Naoko, nuestra estudiante, nos va a contar un poco más de la historia y el significado, y la pizarra de tiza, que algunos ya vieron por allá, que Ana Lucía nos va a contar en qué consiste.
Hello, my name is Naoko Okimoto from Hiroshima. Thank you very much for giving me an opportunity to share a short story related to the 1,000 Peace Crane project, one of the projects of UP celebrating this year's International Day of Peace. Recently, 1,000 paper cranes are considered to be a symbol of peace. This is related to the episode I'm sharing with you today. In August 1945, at the end of World War II, the atomic bombs were dropped over the cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki in Japan. In addition to those who lost their lives on the day of the bombing, there are so many who continue to pass away due to the after effects of radiation, including a girl in Hiroshima, Sadako Sasaki, who passed away 10 years after the bombing. Have you heard of a story of Sadako? Anyone? No? Oh, okay. Thank you. And the story is like this. Sadako was 2 years old when she was exposed to the bombing, but even after that, she was a healthy little girl and even a good athlete and was able to run very fast. But 10 years later, in 1955, she developed leukemia and was hospitalized. And in Japan, there was a traditional belief that if you folded 1,000 paper cranes, your wish would come true. So after Sadako and other patients in the hospital received thousands of beautiful paper cranes as a sympathy gift, in August the same year, she started folding 1,000 paper cranes to cope with her physical pain and the suffering of her family. And even after she completed folding 1,000 paper cranes, she continued folding cranes until the day she passed away in October 1955 at the age of 12. And shocked by her death, Sadako's classmates decided to build a monument in her honor. And their sincere passion led to a huge fundraising campaign to build a monument for children and lost to the atomic bombings. The Children's Peace Monument was built in the Hiroshima Peace Memorial Park and was unveiled on May 5th, 1958. And on the stone underneath the monument was inscribed, "This is our cry, this is our prayer for building peace in this world." And many thousands of folded paper cranes are offered to the monument all through the year from all over the world. I used to work at the Hiroshima Peace Culture Foundation, and our office was located next to the Peace Promotion Division of the city of Hiroshima. And the total number of those paper cranes the city of Hiroshima receives in 1 year is about 10 million, and the total weight is about 10 tons. Sadako's family established a non-profit organization called Sadako Legacy and seeks to share Sadako's mission and legacy with projects and educational activities on peace issues. They have donated some of the paper cranes Sadako had folded to institutions around the world, including the Hiroshima Peace Memorial Museum and the National September 11th Monument and Museum in New York, and the USS Arizona Memorial in Pearl Harbor, among others. Sadako's story has spread all over the world in various forms and has made 1,000 peace cranes as symbol of peace. And today, I'm very pleased to see the the 1,000 peace cranes we had folded has transformed to this art installation to commemorate the International Day of Peace. And last but not least, Lola and her colleagues and everybody helped preparing for it, worked very hard. So I'd like to thank those who prepared for it, for their hard work. And I also want to thank all of you for your participation in this project. Thank you very much for your kind attention.
Voy a contarles la historia que acaba de compartirnos Naoko en español. En el momento hay una leyenda, una creencia en Japón que si uno quiere que se le cumpla un deseo, uno construye 1000 grullas y se le cumple ese deseo. Cuando cayeron las bombas atómicas en Hiroshima y Nagasaki, Sadako, que es una niña que tenía 2 años en ese momento, no muere en el momento de los bombardeos, pero producto de la exposición a la radiación de las bombas le da leucemia. Ella en el hospital comienza a construir las 1000 grullas para sanarse. Ella no sobrevivió, pero a raíz de esto la grulla tomó un sentido de paz y un significado de paz, y su familia decidió seguir el legado de ella para promover los temas de paz. De las grullas originales se han donado algunas a lugares que ellos consideran que necesitan sanación, como el memorial del 11 de septiembre en Nueva York, a la ciudad de Sao Paulo, a Hiroshima, a Pearl Harbor. Entonces en diferentes lugares que ellos consideran que necesitan sanación. También tienen un proyecto de intercambio de grullas entre diferente gente con mensajes de paz, para poner el tema de la construcción de la paz sobre la mesa desde edades muy pequeñas. Naoko nos compartió que ella trabajó en the name of the Peace Culture, la Fundación de la Cultura de Paz en Hiroshima, donde hay un parque donde existe una escultura que es para conmemorar a Sadako, y aquí mandan grullas todo el año. Dice que llegan alrededor de 10 millones de grullas y pesan alrededor de 10 toneladas. Para este proyecto lo comenzamos hace como mes y medio. Varios de ustedes colaboraron. Como pudieron ver, durante el almuerzo se hacían las grullas. Hay gente que ayudó con la estructura, a tejer todas las hileras. Fueron 74 personas las que colaboraron para hacer esto, y cada una de estas grullas azules tiene el nombre de una de ellas. For this project, 74 people collaborated to do this, doing cranes or the structure or in some way. And for each person that collaborated, we made a blue crane that has their names. So this was a project of students, staff, teachers, all the UPeace community. Muchas gracias.
Thank you, Laura, for this beautiful project, which I think was the best manifestation of how you can build peace and unite people from different countries and different parts of the world. Gracias a Laura, porque yo creo que con esta instalación se dio el ejemplo perfecto de cómo podemos poner en práctica una cultura de paz, ¿verdad? Para unir a gente de diferentes países y diferentes culturas. Muchas gracias. And I'm just going to, because this year we're also celebrating the 70th anniversary of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, I'm just going to read the Secretary General's words that he pronounced today. We have inaugurated our blue wall, which is actually a blackboard. And so in Antonio Guterres' words, I encourage you to speak up for gender equality, for inclusive societies, for climate action. Do your part at school, at work, at home. Every step counts. Este año también estamos conmemorando el 70 aniversario de la Declaración Universal de Derechos Humanos. Entonces estamos inaugurando aquella pared azul allá atrás, que es una pizarra. Y entonces voy a leer las palabras del secretario general que dijo hoy. Dice, les aliento a pronunciarse en favor de la igualdad de género, en favor de unas sociedades inclusivas, en favor de la acción contra el cambio climático. Pongan de su parte en la escuela, en el trabajo, en el hogar. Todo lo que se haga cuenta. Happy International Day of Peace. Feliz Día Internacional de la Paz.